Welcome to another double shot, this time a very morbid edition, because there's a story from the Today Show focused on this family who lost their husband and dad about 10 years ago. Since then, this is what they've been doing, and this is why I got the attention of the Today Show. They've been having parties at the grave because they want to focus on the good parts of the person's life. But I was thinking about this. At the grave? Yeah, it's so weird because if you're coming to, I get wanting to change perceptions of death and not just have it be about sadness, but a celebration of one's life, which is especially hard to do when someone dies of a heart attack just out of nowhere. But don't do it at the gravesite, because if you're going to a grave to visit someone who had passed and you see someone over there celebrating, one, you're like, what the hell is wrong with those people? They're celebrating with, that's just a weird feeling.
It's kind of
selfish.
Well, it's a little disrespectful for somebody else who hasn't decided to have a party on top of the grave.
Yeah,
every week.
You're going there and your kid died, God forbid. And then over there's a big party going on and they're laughing.
This got very dark.
But that's immediately what you think of. I get what they want to do. Why don't you do that at home? Right? Don't do that in public.
Go to happy places with positive memories. Don't
get an urn, bring or the body, I guess. But go somewhere else.
Here's what I recommend, right? Cremation's not for everyone. I say this all the time. No,
he does. He says this all the time.
I don't say that all the time. Take some ashes and just sprinkle them someplace. I'm actually just thinking about this as I'm saying it, which is often what happens. But I would fill up a little salt shaker with a little bit of my loved ones. Anywhere I go, I just sprinkle little fairy dust anywhere that I am. So then that becomes a special place, right?
Don't put it in, a salt shaker, because I feel like that's going to lead to a mistake.
You could make a mistake that would be,
because it'll look at that point
a little
like
embarrassing.
It'll look like salt and pepper.
It would look like salt and pepper, yeah. Which, side note, thinking of this as I'm saying it, common theme here, circular, is a really good idea. Why don't people do that? Do you know how much time I spend every morning on my eggs? I go for the salt, then I go for the pepper. Why don't they have them together?
I think they do have them together.
I've never seen it. Do they really? Is that a thing?
I think so.
No, they don't.
I've seen it before. They just you got to make sure you have
space saving.
The ratio of
what
salt
we're talking about.
I think is 3-to-1 on pepper or 2-to-1. You have to have more salt, I think, than the pepper.
It's right. It's into everybody's.
But then Then I think is the problem. So let's say someone likes more salt than pepper, they're going to be screwed.
Also, is salt heavier than pepper? So would salt?
It depends on.
Would it shake out? Like you shake it enough, and then the salt would go to the bottom, and the pepper go to the top.
Oh no, I know. It's not like oil and water.
Is it not?
No, it's not. It doesn't. One doesn't sink, and the other one doesn't rise.
I
mean, are you familiar with liquid versus solids?
Yeah, they're both solids, Jason. Thank you very much. I know what solids are.
Well, then why would one go to the? How is it? What is floating? Is it what's going on here?
You probably don't know much about geology,
I
do. I read a lot about geology. Heavier rocks.
What kind of rock?
Geological rocks will go lower down in the dirt. Lighter dirt stays towards the top.
Oh.
Heavier stuff goes deeper because it's heavier. Gravity, Newton, science.
You know what just went down? Our collective IQs for having listened to that. But thank you. We'll see you next time. The more you know. Hey, it's Jason Rantz here with Scott Rarucka from Legacy Group Capital. He's their CEO. So let's talk about someone who wants to invest in real estate. They don't quite know where to go, what to do, where to start, but they do know, obviously, that right now the market is really, really hot. So you're the place to do it. How do you help?
Yeah, so how we help is, we've been investing in the greater Seattle area for over 20 years, and we have a historical track record that we're super proud of. Double-digit returns over time with no investor losses. And if you can find somebody else out there that's done that, you should probably talk to them. And how we really do it is we're lending on real estate, and we're also acquiring real estate and building it and developing it. All those things come out of a fund that people invest into. So there's lending and there's acquisition. And then we share in profits with all of our investors on both those activities. Jason, most people can't do that on their own. They're not going to go develop properties. They're not going to go be a bank and lend money. But they can jump in with us and they can be that developer and they can be that lender, but it's underneath our umbrella with a 20-year track record that's unparalleled to anything that you'll find out there. we've been told that we're one of the best kept secrets in the Pacific Northwest.
I don't want it to be a secret. I want everyone to know just about what it is you do. The Legacy Group Capital family of funds offer short-term 90-day investments at 7%. Longer-term investments, they've averaged double-digit returns. Just go to legacyg.com.